Well, folks, it's time we talk about it. A topic that's been talked about a lot in the Fnaf fandom,
Yep.
the timeline. Now, while this topic has been talked about a lot, I would like to present to you a
If you
timeline
enjoyed the
that I
experience, don't
think
forget to
is
like and favorite the game. It really
plausible.
helps us keep creating new content.
Now,
Thanks for the support.
ever since I was a kid, I was always obsessed with Fnaf. But the one thing as I grew older that I wondered about was the timeline. Then I started to learn that everyone else around me didn't know the answer to that either. So now, after 5 years of support of liking this game, it's time that I came up with a definitive answer for its timeline.
Yep.
The one that I think fits. That one that me and my friend Calvin have came up with. Please enjoy.
This was a group effort.
Now, the first in our timeline is FNAF Secret of the Mimic. We say that this is the first one because it talks about Edwin, who was the one that William and Henry took everything from, basically.
Can I? First
Yes, you get this next part.
Since I beat the game, I'm gonna say a little bit more in depth about it.
Yes, because I don't know. I just started playing.
A couple hours
I know nothing about it.
Yeah. Him, and his wife Fiona, we already knew that, made designs such as the mediocre melodies. Fun fact: they actually show in FNAF. In this game, they show the guy named Stan Mechanical Parts of FNAF 6. He stole the ideas of the mediocre melodies and put it as for himself, therefore making the FNAF 6 animatronics. A little fun fact if you didn't know. But yeah, Fiona was the one who designed Chica as Chica's Party World, for example. And it literally shows at the end of the game, everyone leaves Edwin's employment and joins William and Henry in order to get more money since they're going bankrupt. With that being said, Edwin dies from neglect of M2, which is the M2 or the Mimic 2, representing how Edwin neglected David, which is his kid if you didn't know. Back to you.
Okay, the next in our timeline, FNAF 4. Now, as we all know as FNAF fans, FNAF 4, lore-wise, is the most recent. Well, the first, basically, before Secret of the Mimic. We know this because the references of Fredbear's Family Diner.
The first restaurant.
The very first.
Which I mentioned a lot in Secret of the Mimic as well.
Yes. And the house you're playing in, that's Edwin's house.
Turns out that William stole his house too. And in one of the secret endings of FNAF Secret of the Mimic, if you're able to get all 25 collectibles, you can go into Edwin's house and then go into the FNAF 4 room, which is actually David's old room. It shows how bad of a man William was, even without killing kids, which he probably did beforehand. Anyways, you were saying?
Okay. Now the next in our timeline, FNAF 1, I mean.
Oh, would you like to mention about the hypothesis we've made about FNAF 4 Kid?
Oh, well, here's the quick version. We believe that the person you're playing as in FNAF 4 is Michael. But in the minigames, that's his younger brother. That's the conclusion we drew up. We'll explain in We'll explain that in another theory.
That'll be its own separate thing.
Yeah. Anyway, after FNAF 1, sister location. Now, we already did a theory on why we believe sister location is after FNAF 1. So,
We're not going.
So if you want to know more about that, please watch that video.
Yep, which is now posted.
But if you want more, so here's a little tidbit. Remember in the beginning of Fnaf Sister Location how it said that the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's? How it doesn't say Fred Bears to all you people think it's Fred Bears, but it says Freddy Fazbear's.
Yep. And the only other time it'd be Freddy Fazbear's is either FNAF 2, which it wouldn't be at the time, and FNAF 1. Obviously after FNAF
And
2...
if you're thinking, well, why is it before 2?
Don't forget to like
One
and
animatronic,
It
Mabel.
really helps us keep creating new content. Thanks for the support.
Like I said, go watch our theory about that.
Yes, that'll be also on my channel.
Yes. Right, now next in our timeline, FNAF 2. We already explained why we think it's after Sister Location, so we'll skip this one. FNAF 3.
Yep.
Now, we think FNAF 3 is after FNAF 2, surprisingly, because of the events of FNAF 6.
Yes.
In FNAF 6, we see a more burned and worn and teared William. As in FNAF 3,
Jimmy Neutron.
I still don't understand why, but okay.
It's because
But as in FNAF 3, we see a more restored version. And that's the reason why we believe FNAF 3 is before FNAF 6. Also, the constant burning of them, too. If you don't think FNAF 3 is before FNAF 6, you're stupid.
It's essentially going in order, except Sister Location is before FNAF 2. Everything else is back in order. Anyways, speaking of FNAF 6, that's the next one.
Yes. FNAF 6 is next. For obvious reasons, the burning of William Afton and the rest of the animatronic.
Yep.
Now, after it is Ultimate Custom Night.
Yep.
Now, we're basing this off of the theory that's been going around that, that is basically, William Afton's place. That's basically, William Afton's permanent purgatory.
Until security breach.
Next in our timeline is actually FNAF AR.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying William comes back in security breach.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. We're right about that.
FNAF AR
Anyway.
next.
Yes. We're basing this one off of the emails that we see in FNAF AR talking about a certain Ness. And what is Ness short for?
Vanessa.
That's it. And the Vanessa seems a little bit more less glitch trappy. Because
we all know this is infection from William in the what's it called? I can't think.
The what?
Wanted. Can't speak.
Help Wanted.
Which is next?
Help Wanted is next, because in that we see glitch trap and the possession of Vanessa,
which eventually leads her down the path of security breach. Before that is
Help Wanted 2, surprisingly. And you want to know how we got to that conclusion? Because FNAF Help Wanted 2, basically FNAF VR in their world, but the second version, seems to happen in a more thriving time of Freddy Fazbear's. So we're putting it before Security Breach because the canon ending of Security Breach ends in the whole building getting demolished.
That also leads into Ruin. Speaking of which, it mentions quite a bit about.
If you enjoyed the experience, don't forget to like and favorite the game.
The Bonnie
It
bully,
really helps
which
us
is
keep
one of the
creating new
bullies in
content.
FNAF 4 mini
Thanks for the
games,
support.
being Cassie's dad, which we didn't know until just recently, while researching for this video. Which should lead us into the next game.
security breach. Now, I don't need to go in depth with this one because we all know that security breach is after the help wanted games.
Yep. It's the most technologically advanced game, not graphics-wise, but in terms of the actual characters.
Yeah.
Showing that it's later on in the games, but after FNAF 3, since that takes place in 2030.
And sorry to interrupt, but and if you're wondering why have we came up to the conclusion of the Pizzaplex getting destroyed, literally, there's a DLC called Ruin.
What's Ruin, you may ask? It is
basically just the destruction of the Pizzaplex. It can't get any simpler than that.
And Ruin is a word for destruction or rubble. What is the Pizzaplex after the true ending? Rubble.
Rubble.
Yeah. So, the final game of this timeline, as of now, is
Ruin.
Which is more of a DLC, but we still counted it.
Now, it seems pretty obvious since it's the, well, not latest installment, but it's one of the later installments.
Yeah.
And we put this in last because, well, the latest game, Secret of the Mimic, is actually the beginning, as you've been listening to. And it shows the Pizzaplex getting destroyed. And the canon ending of Security Breach is it getting destroyed. So, and Security Breach is second to last in the timeline. So, yeah.
And the canon ending of Ruin is
a supposed Gregory.
We made a theory on that potentially being the Mimic returning, since the whole
is that one Calvin actually did a theory on?
Yeah, me and him usually just take turns on theories on the spot and just record on them. But that was the entire timeline. If you want a refresher, this is what it looks like. Secret of the
Also,
Mimic, FNAF 4.
Also, I will see if my friend can upload a picture of his timeline on the video. Can you do that?
I was showing them as you were talking.
Oh, okay, cool.
FNAF Secret of the Mimic, FNAF 4, FNAF 1, Sister Location, FNAF 2, 3, 6, Ultimate Custom Night, FNAF AR, Help Wanted 2, Security Breach, and Ruin. And just for confirmation, I will be sending a picture to Rowan.
Yes. Anyway, that's our timeline of FNAF, and we feel pretty good about it. At least I do.
Currently, there is no games in production, but hopefully we'll be getting a game soon. Maybe giving us essentially people are calling the true ending, the ending I'm not going to spoil it in front of him. So instead, I want Rowan to mute me.
Okay, I'll mute you.
Good. Let me know when you have.
I have.
Okay, good. So in the true ending, we see Arnold get killed. Well, probably killed. There's a low chance he survives that. Of him getting attacked by the Mimic. And therefore showing FNAF 1 characters like Chica and stuff. It also It also shows Spring Bonnie prototypes, Fredbear prototypes, and all that type of stuff. So we know it's before everything else. In the true ending, in the secret ending, however, we see the house that was FNAF 4 being David's bedroom, and us having to sing a bedtime story to him so we can go to sleep and we finally fix him too, which is the goal of the game, or at least what Fiona wants. Now we're going to go back to both of us. All right. I finished
if you enjoyed the experience, don't
spilling
forget
out
to
the lore
like
at the end
and
of the
favorite
game. So
it really helps us
anything?
keep creating new content.
A little bit.
Thanks for the support.
Which ones?
I gotta go.
Oh, do you? Well, yeah, that was.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Bye bye.